Walgreens. All right.
There's talking with battery.
There you go. Okay, so the first one's the one I think everybody felt comfortable with. And after that is when people said it started going downhill. Let's take a look. Anytime you have to write the equation, there's a couple things you got to know about write the equation. First of all is you have to use the formula y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Now, this is not every time, but this is probably most of the time. So you're going to want to get the hang of using that formula, okay? Now, with that being said, to write the equation through 4, negative 9, slope negative 2/3, you're going to say it's y minus negative 9 equals negative 2/3 x minus 4. And you're going to do y plus 9 equals negative. What am I thinking? I'm apologizing up front. This was negative 2/3. Negative 2/3 x minus 4. Now, this negative and negative will become positive, right? We're going to multiply through by 3, and we're going to clear that fraction. That's what I said with my thinking. I know you don't like fractions. Let's just clear them. 3y plus 27 equals negative 2x minus 4. That's a really good first step if you do it that way. It'll make your life a lot easier. 3y plus 27 equals negative 2x plus 8. Subtract 27, subtract 27. And you'll get, survey says, 3y equals negative 2x minus 19, it looks like. Now dividing by 3, dividing by 3, dividing by 3 will get you your desired result of y equals negative 2/3 x minus 19/3. You'll notice that I always write them in slope-intercept form, which is the y equals mx plus b form. The book oftentimes will ask you to write it in standard form. In standard form, all you'd ever have to do is when you get to here, instead of dividing everybody by 3, just move the 2x to the other side. And you're good. Okay? So I don't ask you for standard form, but the book does. And so it confuses people when they go home and they're like doing their homework and they're thinking, well, we didn't do it that way in class. Just don't worry about it. But if you want to do it, get it to that point there, and instead of dividing by 3, move the 2x over, and it's the same thing. Okay? Any questions on the first one? All right, now for the second one. So the second one is when we start this process of problems where I don't just throw the Easter eggs out in front of you and say, okay, go find them. Good job, yay. This is where you actually got to start doing a little bit of work on your own. The first one requires you to find the slope, so I don't give it to you. Now, in order to find the slope, I give you 2 points, so you ought to be able to do it. But the slope here is negative 4 minus 8 over 5 minus 5. So we're looking at negative 12 over 0, which is undefined. Okay. Now, what do you do from there? A lot of people go like this. You find the blank and you write undefined. No, you don't. I'm asking you for the equation that goes through those 2 points. Now, what's the equation that goes through those 2 points? The answer is not undefined. That's the slope. The equation that goes through those 2 points is x equals 5. And you just have to know that. Now, what you have to know is that once the slope comes out undefined, that is a vertical line. Vertical lines are the only thing that ever have undefined slope. So as soon as the slope is undefined, it's a vertical line. Now, if the slope were 0, then that would be a horizontal line, right? That would be y equals something. So undefined slope is x equals something. Slope is 0, it's y equals something. In this case, it's x equals, and well, what number can you choose from? It's either got to be this x or it's got to be that x, and the good news is they're the same. So it's x equals 5. Okay. people will ask me all the time, if I have to write the equation and this x is a 3 and the other x is a 3, can I just write down the answer as x equals 3? And the answer is yes. If you recognize it and the x's are the same, you just say x is the same. X equals 3. If the y's are the same, you can say y equals whatever it is. Okay. All right, any questions on that? Then you got to go through the process of finding the slope the way we did. Yeah. Yeah. If the x's aren't the same, then you have to find the slope. You get a number, and then you plug it in. Okay. All right, write the equation. X-intercept is 4. Slope is 1 bit. X-intercept is 4. That's a point, isn't it? If the x-intercept is 4, what's the ordered pair? 4, 0. So you got to know that. So y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Okay. Do you want to divide by 5? I don't know. Or multiply by 5, clear the fractions? Yeah, you can. I guess it doesn't hurt any. 5y equals 5 times 0 is 0, so that's just 0. So this is just 1 times x minus 4. Right? Now how we solve? Divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. Y equals 1/5 x minus 4/5. Alrighty? Any questions on that? What's that? No, please don't. That's a hard question. That's a test usually, and it's missed quite frequently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think anytime it's different, it's hard, and it's just not what you're used to, so it's different. Okay, any questions on that? All right, here we go. So, just to recap the brief discussion, and by brief I mean like forever, that we just had. What does it mean for two lines to be parallel? Two lines are parallel. Okay. By the way, symbol for parallel. I can't spell that either. So parallel lines have same slopes, right? Have the same slopes. Now, for perpendicular lines, the slopes are opposite reciprocals. Okay? Opposite reciprocals. Now, that means for this equation here, we have to have a point and we have to have a slope. Well, we got a point. The point's negative 1, 5. What's the slope going to be? Well, the slope's got to be the opposite reciprocal of the slope of this. So what's the slope of this? Well, to find the slope of that, you must solve for y. So subtract 2x, subtract 2x. Negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 13. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. And y is equal to 2/3 x minus 13 thirds. Okay. Now, 2/3 x minus 13 thirds, the slope is 2/3. So what's the slope going to be for the new line? Negative 3 over 2. Okay. So now, how do you do this? How do you write the equation with slope negative 3 over 2 passing through negative 1, 5? Now you got to use that formula, right? Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Y minus 5 equals negative 3/2 x plus 1. And you're going to multiply both sides by 2. And God, I'm hungry. I could use Chick-fil-A right now. Good point. I could really use cabbage. negative 3x plus 1. Two y minus 10 equals negative 3x minus 3. This is where you were?
Yeah, I'm good.
So this is your answer right now, so far.
No, yeah, so far, yeah, it matches my work.
I think we have a winner. I don't think you would have messed it up from here. 2y equals negative 3x plus 7. Hey. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, and y is equal to negative 3 halves x plus 7 halves. Back to where it was. You've had it before, right?
No,
You've never had it.
It was literally like a negative sign that I missed that made the whole problem wrong.
Back to, because you had it before, right, Katie?
Yeah, she had it. Yeah.
Okay. Back to that middle row again. It will be called a Hyatt.
Wait, no minute. Do you want to use my word to go?
Oh, that's awesome right there.